So when the word mind your business comes to mind, what do you think of? Does it sound rude? Does it sound encouraging when you hear someone says mind your business? Today we are looking at the topic why I mind my business. Why I mind my business. Good morning. This is today's live on Ekwa Television International, and we're happy as always to have you join us for our discussions. Today we're looking at why I mind my business, like I said earlier on. My name is Jemima Emmanuel. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Please do join in our discussion. I'm not doing this alone. I have with me on the set today engineer Tony J. Nakali. Good morning.
I'm minding my business.
Joyce Jakada, good morning. Sullivan Sabo, good morning.
Yeah, after you have started the show. Mind your business.
So the person will be wondering, why did I do this?
Are they really live on air? We are. You have to mind your business. That's the topic for the agenda.
Yes. So why I mind my business is a way of bringing peace to yourself, avoiding unnecessary drama, and then just focusing on your personal growth. Like that is the goal at the end of the day. Because I don't think someone will be minding his business and then he's not doing anything at all. He's just isolated and being quiet. He's practically working on being better, on being productive, basically. So why I mind my business?
Because it's mine.
Okay, because it's your business.
So I should mind it. You know, when people ask questions, do you mind? What should be the answer? Yes or no? If I want to give you Coke, do you mind? If you want, what should be the answer? I mind or I don't mind. What should be the answer?
I don't mind.
That means you want to have it.
Yes.
But
yes.
if you do mind,
means
then
you don't want
to have it. You see, anything that is yours and is personal and is sort of private, it has no business being in the public space. Do you wonder why people cry that they have said this, they have said that? I shouldn't have told Joyce this. I would always say it's not easy for you to have told Joyce. Even you couldn't hold it. Even you. So why are you angry with Joyce over something that you know? Naturally, Joyce would tell anything you tell her. Naturally, that's how she is. So why would you? Me, I'm minding my business when answering you. So I mind my business because the business is mine. It's mine. The business is mine, so I mind it. It's my business. What is our business knowing how you and your husband woke up this morning? What is our business? If it's not our business, why bring it? Why bring it? That's the place where a lot of people miss it. In the taxi, you just hear people say, these days, men, can you imagine my husband in a taxi? You don't even know the people. You don't even know. And sometimes when people don't respond to what you are saying, you say, they are all men. They will support their brother. You mind your business. If it's a problem between you and your husband, you discuss it. It's yours. But if it has to do with us, bring it. Even if it has to do with us, you have to be careful who are there when you are bringing it. So the business is mine, so I have to mind it. I like us to always bring topics to the nitty-gritty of, the main topic. Like, let's discuss it to the latter. So if you say, why is Joyce minding her business? So Joyce will come and tell you all the relationships that turned sour, all the ones that she loved, all the people that are queuing up as a pretty girl. She made a new hair. She has to tell you she's buying clothes. She's saving to buy a car. She has to tell you. Do you understand? Most of that, the devil has no way of knowing what your business is until you say it. He can't attack what you think. He doesn't have the ability to know what's in your mind, what you are thinking. But the moment you open your mouth to say it and people have heard, do you know that even at work, people don't mind their business? When you dress well to work, they compare that business and your salary, the business of dressing well. See, I have been a victim of a lot of eventualities. anything I have is misunderstood. That's how it is. And you know, sometimes when you don't mind your business, people misunderstand you. A lot of times when you don't mind your, people prefer you to be in a system where you are stealing money and look poor. That way you don't look like a thief. But once you start looking good, there are some of my staff, they look better than what they are paid. I'm happy. Looking good, they say it's good business. But I can't dress well. And you ask the dressing to mind his business. No, it's out there. You have to see it. And some people are angry. But they prefer you to steal money wherever it is and dress like you are poor. That way they say, Kai, we have faithful staff. Even if you drop 10,000, they will keep it and give it to you. Meanwhile, these people are stealing millions. So when you talk about minding your business, anything that is yours that I don't have business knowing, why tell me? If you tell me, I will tell. If it was easy for you not to have told, you would have been quiet. That you said it means it's for the public. I am public, and public must hear it. With these few words of mine.
We live in a world where,
like when Joyce told me that
mind your business.
Okay. It was your business, you told me, and I told her, so why were you angry when you heard it in the area?
Mind your business.
Joyce said that she will block him. We'll have to say area.
We live in a world where people.
You come and look gentle in church.
I am now.
So you have boys in the area that can block people. I see them, be careful.
You know, we live in a world where people don't want to take responsibility for their actions, for their thoughts, but they want to take responsibility for the actions and the thoughts of other people, and even the world around them. And sometimes you look at a lot of responsibility that is assigned to a person, and then the person is not paying attention to it, but wants to be in control of another person's responsibility. Like you said earlier on, hearing the word mind your business, it sounds harsh. But in reality, it's just a reminder for you to focus on what you can control. Because there are certain things that are out of your control. So it's just a reminder at your workplace, in your family, like amongst your peers, can you focus on what you can control? There are certain things that you don't have control over. Just think about it. If everybody is going to focus on what he or she can control, or what is before them, what they are responsible for, I think we wouldn't have to struggle with a lot of things. If I would tie it to like the workplace or your business, your environment, your organization, your enterprise, wherever you find yourself, think about it that you employ 30 people, and each person you assign a responsibility, because it's a team, and everyone's responsibility is crucial to the productivity of that organization. And then 1, 2, or 3 persons decide not to do their work, but rather focus on another person's work, or even the personal life of other people. So at the end of the day, it's going to impact on the work or on the result. So it's a reminder that you have a responsibility. So focus on it. In as much as I know a lot of people want to, no, that's not good. How can you say mind your business? Like, we are created to care for one another. Even the Bible talked about leading like with quietness. The Bible talks against meddling in other people's affairs and even gossiping. So why not? In most cases, when you hear the talk about mind your business, somebody say, is that your business? It's because people are trespassing. I mean, this is the boundary that you should not even cross. But people are crossing it, like they want to dig out information. I hear somebody just say, what is your business? Like, you see somebody with phone. If the parent of that person sees his child with a big phone that you know that your child is not working, how did you get that phone? And then you ask, like, is their child? But you out there saying, how can you be working in so place? We know that even the highest paid person cannot afford this phone. Minding your business is different from you showing care and even support to people. There's difference between that. But in most cases, when people don't mind their business, they are just trying to meddle in other people's affairs, trying to gossip, trying to dig into people's personal life to find out information that at the end of the day will not even contribute to like the whole productivity of like the work environment. So I would like to say that it is important. There are a lot of reasons. It's relative why people decide to mind their business. So when you ask why I mind my business, it's relative. Somebody's reason for minding his business is based on experience. Oh, I have in the past, I was open. Like at workplace, I decided to share my personal life. Yes, I decided to share my personal life, and then I was betrayed. And
then I learned my
hand. So that's why I'm minding my business. A lot of times when I hear people say I'm minding my business, is because at some point they shared their personal life and they were betrayed. So at this point, oh, let me avoid this person. Let me avoid that person. For another person, his or her own reason might be like, I've watched how this person has been in fights with this, with that. I think this work environment, I've seen how that they were disciplined or they were suspended or their job was terminated. So I think it will be better for me to adhere to the policies, to the laws, to mind my business. That responsibility that is assigned to me, let me mind it. There are other people that will tell you their reputation is at stake. So that's the reason why they are minding their business. I came from a family where, like, they don't hear dramas, like they are mindful of their reputation. So I would not want to entangle myself or meddle in affairs that at the end of the day it will tarnish my name. So let me mind my business. Or for other people, oh, I hate to be disrespected, or I don't like a situation that will lead to disrespect. So I've seen tendency of this person being very disrespectful. So let me mind my business, creating healthy boundaries that person should not cross. Or like you will not let it open for anybody to cross. So it's relative. Everybody has his or her own reason. But I think that when you mind your business, it's going to help you in taking responsibility for your own actions, your thought. It helps you to focus. It also helps you to do away with distraction, because like that is the goal. This is my responsibility. Some people like that always have like a to-do list. They always have like a plan for the day. Like they don't just let the day happen to them, but everything is already outlined. You already have a goal, you have a purpose, you have where you are headed, you know who you are. So that helps you to mind your business. But I would also like people to understand that it's important that you show support, care, and compassion, because it's not you enabling bad character because I'm minding my business. It's not you enabling destructive behaviors because I'm minding my business. Because there are times that you see somebody doing something that at the end of the day is going to be destructive. So imagine a CEO after building up a business and you have a staff that like is showing up some destructive behaviors that is going to be detrimental to the profit or to the well-being of the organization. You cannot say as the CEO you are minding your business. In minding your business is you doing away with that particular staff that is heading towards destructing and destroying your business. So I think we need to be deliberate. A lot of times I've seen people focus on things that don't concern them. I've seen people fight over things that they shouldn't have in the first place. I've seen people angry about relationship that it should have ended in hello, hi, or it should have just ended in good morning, how are you doing?
Shouldn't have gone a little further.
Yes, but today they are filled with regret, or things have happened that they cannot even change it right now.
Joyce, mostly people who don't, I'm just speaking this point from what you are saying. People who don't deal with issues well are people who don't mind their business, and people who don't take their thoughts far before acting. If you damn consequences, not thinking ahead of them, that's what I mean. You definitely see them. And because you have damned them, you are not prepared on how to even absorb them in the first place, or how to even deal with them in the second place. So when they come, you are unawares, and they just take you, bam, and then you start lying. I'm very, very sick. I can't come to work today. No, you are dealing with psychological issues. Because that is why the Bible says, this heart that you have, guard it diligently, because out of it, the issues of life come out of it. Your love life, it comes from your heart. Your work life comes from, everything about you comes from your heart. If it stops pumping blood, you are gone. So you should guard it diligently, because the issues of this life come from it. I've seen people who, especially women, they like to try things to see what happens. Let me near Solo to see what happens. They say Hassan like girls and he gives money. Let me near him to see what happens. Well, the person that told you the story is lucky to have neared him and came out alive. What is the assurance that when you tried yourself, you'll be out alive? What is the assurance? So if there is no assurance, why try it? Because in most cases, I like to look at certain issues as situational. Solo is advising me that he went to so office. He just wrote something small, and then he came out with 5 million. So what am I still doing here? I'm suffering here. Let me just write something small. That's when I will go and receive the greatest shock of the century.
He said someone danced and they gave him money. Another one
person
danced and they beat him up.
So in minding your business, Joyce clearly stated that some people learned the hard way and they had to mind their business. But do you have to let it teach you that way? Do you have to learn from life after going through pain? Why not avoid what will take you through the consequences of whatever it is that is coming, like the pain, the sleepless nights and all of that? And when you talk about strength, a lot of people don't have it. There was something that I was told this morning. Jeremiah, it almost broke me. The first call I received today, it was a bad news. And I was like, so that's how life is? But I heard a voice within me. It says, that's not who you are. I decided to shut down for the day. It says, no, it's too early to shut down. And if you check the notes, this thing that Facebook allows you to put on your profile picture, there's a small note that you can tag. And then I said, another day to make it. And then I stood up. You need to have this inbuilt confidence. You need to have this second of your personality kept from your inside that will keep talking to you. And you need to train that personality to stop telling you negativity. There was nobody. It was just me and the caller. There was nobody. But that voice spoke to me. Did I not mind my business? I did. But still, I was gotten. But I said, hey, this life continues. There are people who try to impress life. There are people who life is trying to impress. So me, I'm waking up, trying to do my best, regardless. And I will not stop at anything until my best is seen. I will not stop. But you see, people, even when you don't mind your business and things turn sour, you have to wake up and continue, because that is how life is. Life is programmed in such a way that negativity will come, but that is the fertilizer that will take you to that success.
I was going to say that even if you decided that you were going to mind your business, there are people that will still intrude. Situations will intrude. Life will happen to you. Like the example you just gave. I mean, even if you built that resilience, if not for the resilience now, like you would have just shut down for the day. So even when you decide at workplace that no, as I'm resuming, especially New Year's like this, you hear people saying, I'm going to mind my business. Last year I saw Shige Pro Max. I got a lot of betrayals, disappointment and all of that. I'm just going to focus on my job and all. Like you said, sometimes I wonder why people don't learn from other people's experience. Like you want to wait till it happened to you. People are just gullible. People just trust. Like you don't see ahead. Somebody went there and his hand was burnt, and you say, no, my own will not get burnt. This fire I have, like nothing will happen to me.
We have it at home.
Until it happens to you, then you want to learn from that situation. I mean, sometimes you have to be a critical thinker. I mean, you have to be critical even in your thinking. Now, there are certain things that you look beyond the now. You are just seated on your table trying to do your work, and somebody comes to you with conversations about other people, or somebody comes to you asking you about your personal life, like certain things that like this is somebody that you've had that has talked about other people, and then this person is coming to you asking you, and you are just like, wow, hey, this person care about me, let me share. And then tomorrow you're hearing all the things that you share with that person, and you're like, how did I get to this place? Sometimes you have to learn even from people's experience. In minding your business, certain things can happen to you that you'll be like, oh, why me? But you also have a role to play, in as much as I know that there are certain times that even when you mind your business, certain people will intrude, life can happen to you. But can you also play your part? You work in a place, and while you're trying to like discharge your own responsibility, somebody comes to you with conversations that has nothing to do with work. Somebody comes to you asking you or telling you, do you know that this happened? Do you know that thing? And then you
people still do that?
Of course. People meddle in people's affairs. People gossip. Like, so, and then you are like giving it audience, and tomorrow they are saying this person said this, and I said, ask this person, he or she was there, I even shared it. And they call you and you're crying. Why are you mentioning my name? Or you are regretting the things you said. Why did you have to say it if it was not necessary? So there are certain people that you can get comfortable with. I know that people are dealing with depression because of like things they cannot share with other people. But can you find somebody you trust? Can you find somebody that is trustworthy? Can you find somebody that genuinely cares for you? Can you talk to somebody that is really compassionate and kind, that is willing to see your growth, rather than talking to somebody that cannot wait for you to finish, then use the situation against you? So we just have to be deliberate. Minding your business is a whole like conversation, but you have your own role to play, being deliberate about the information you share and also the affairs you meddle into, because there are certain things that is none of your business. So even when you hear it, you shut your ears or you leave that place. But people want to partake.
If you can try not to hear, try.
You know, this world is funny, and the way it's being designed, even if you are minding your business, like you rightly said,
to get to
people will just find a way of just
forcing it
into you. But you see, there are people that are professional. They are trained, because some of them are just being designed to be a distraction to serious-minded people. And then some people are being designed to make you not to make heaven.
Agents of darkness.
You understand? So you see, they will do everything possible. Because if you look at the life of Jesus Christ, the one we take example from, you know, he was on his own, like preaching, you know, teaching, but people are setting traps for him, you know, from this question to another, simply because they just want him to falter, that will just lead him to cross. The cross that they want to take him, not knowing that that's the reason why he's even here, for him to die and resurrect, so that we will benefit and be what we are today, to be a gate for us to heaven. You understand the tricks. So people have been there, that they have given their life to that pattern, to that part of the world, for the world to use them and to use them well. And in what they are doing the business of the master. So they are minding their business because of what is on their table, because they have to deliver that work. So they are concentrating. And then, unfortunately, you find that the ones that are being called, that thing is a distraction for them to do the right thing that will get them to heaven. Because if someone that is being called to do evil is minding his business, doing the evil judiciously, then I think we should build the capacity. This is where I'm coming now. We should build the capacity that we will see it from that angle, that we will resist anybody that is coming to intrude, you know, in what we are doing that is right, that would take us, that's the reason why we are being created, because purpose drives us. If you know who you are, why you are being created, where you are headed at, you will concentrate on what is on your table, and you do it judiciously. Because I mind my business because of my sanity. I mind my business because of what I believe. It will shock you. Some compounds, it is difficult. It will be difficult for some people to make heaven. If you don't know your purpose, because you are a Christian, you are faithful, you are committed. I'm not saying you are perfect. You are faithful, you are committed. But there's this one neighbor there's this one neighbor, sir, that is always on your neck, even challenging you on your belief.
And they're the ones that will share Christmas food for.
You understand? So you imagine that kind of situation, that kind of scenario, and you are living there, and you must live, and you must do the will of the one who sends you. You must do the will of that who calls you. In that, you are minding your business, but you are being choked. What do? You have to constantly remind yourself that God says you should mind your business and do that which He calls you. And that is why at work, you will find that there are shared responsibility. But somebody is concerned is your work. The way he talks about your work, you will be thinking, let this guy just go and then tell whoever employ me that he should just relieve me. Because the way they will put it, as if, I don't know how to put it. Because, and then when you look, you'll be like, shit, this guy's supposed to do this. And he's not doing. And the way he's talking about my own, as if they should give him all. And then you'll be wondering.
There was a time I had to go and read about somebody's office, like what it entails. Like I had to go and research. Because I don't understand, you're bothered about something that does not concern you. And then at the end of the day, after reading, I found out that this person does not do 1% of what is required. Employed. You find that at workplace a lot. People don't even, apart from the day that they collect the employment letter and decide to share with their family members, I don't think a lot of people don't get to read what is required. And in most employment letter, it is clearly stated that these are your responsibilities. But people don't even adhere to their responsibility, or they are already used to a pattern that was handed over to them, that they forget that life itself is dynamic. Things are evolving and changing. Like rather than looking at my field or my primary and then what is evolving, what are the things that are changing for me to get? There are people that go as far as paying to learn, attending training seminars so that they can equip themselves. But there are certain people that that's not their business. You are not doing your work. You are not. In fact, there was time I had to tell a colleague that how is that your business? Because I mean, in my own thinking, you should be carrying camera and you're asking me about like something that does not concern you. Okay. So,
Jamila, to be settled after the show. 3 of us will be allowed outside the studio. If we don't see one of our colleagues, no problem. They are settling scores.
So, at the end of the day, your own work suffer because you are busy trying to take the responsibility of another person. And that's why I said earlier on that it's just a kind reminder that can you focus on your responsibility? Can you control your thoughts and your actions rather than trying to control other people that are around you? Like, can you remind yourself of your primary responsibility? Can you not meddle into people's personal, like something they are not even willing to share? In fact, in minding your business, like the example you're giving, do you know there are people that will lie against you just because you are peaceful? Like, you're trying to be peaceful, but they will lie against you. There was a time that things like that disturbs me. Like, I remember a time where somewhere I worked, that somebody, while minding my business, somebody went and said that I did something that it was even strange to me. Like, were you thinking like this? That was what was in my mind.
You cried and cried and cried.
Like,
you cried and cried and cried.
I just thought of
you
a
cried
drama.
And cried and cried.
I didn't cry.
You didn't cry?
I thought of a drama to teach the children.
Joyce, you didn't cry?
I didn't cry.
Okay.
And then I taught them, but we didn't perfect the drama. So I was like, no, we'll present. You know how children can be excited about presenting during fellowship. So I said, no, we didn't. We're here to perfect it. So we'll still rehearse next week. Then you present it. And then this colleague went and reported that I stopped them, that she actually planned her message in line with the drama that me I scripted, and I thought that her message was in line with the drama, and I stopped and then they were angry about it, and I just said, okay, I went back. I was thinking to myself, as in, how is it in line with your message? How come I did not know that it's in line with your message? Like, I was just wondering, and when I was talking with my sister about it, I started crying. But then
I didn't cry.
I was pained. So, but I grew to a point of telling myself that no, there are certain things you don't dignify. I have had a lot of things that people say that even about me, that I just wonder, I say, oh, this person is trying to break me. Oh, this person is trying to get at me. I would not even dignify rubbish. No, I would not. Not even a conversation to engage, because I would not. There are certain things that I've had, even about people that I think would have even been helpful, sharing with them. But if I see you as somebody that does not even have the capacity to handle the information, I would not even share, because I don't want a situation where you go, maybe emotions take over and you want to start discussing or doing what outside people call sharia, calling this person. No. So I would rather just let it slide and let it just slide. Like, God help you, or God reveal it to you, or God just help you to have that discerning spirit to know that this is actually happening to your life, and then find a way. Like, I can pray to God to reveal this to you, so that, like, you can find a way around it, instead of, but if you have the capacity to handle the situation, I could engage you in conversation. Kai, this thing you're doing, oh, this is how it is out there. This is how people are seeing you. These are the conversation out there. But if you don't have the capacity, I mind my business. So it's just important that, I'm not saying we should not be compassionate, because if you take humanity is you looking out for one another. That is humanity. But in looking out for one another, don't engage in behaviors and attitude and actions that are destructive. Because most of the cases of not minding your business is engaging in things that are destructive to the other person. Doing things, saying things that are detrimental to other people. And that's why people always emphasize, can you mind your business? Because it's not really care or concern that you're after, but you're after bringing people down. You're after destroying what people have suffered to build. And that's why you are not minding your business. Somebody is doing his business, like has gone for training, and he's improving his or her business, and you go around and say, it's juju that this person did. While you are sleeping, this person is studying. While you are sleeping, this person is toiling. There are people that see you spend money, change cars, this, and they just think, oh, you're just living flamboyant life. Who is even giving this person money? This person must be stealing. But you have no idea that while you are sleeping, these people are researching. While you are sleeping, these people are engaging in, like, some form of learning or the other. Some don't sleep 8 hours like is even required, because there is a dream that needs to be fulfilled. There is a goal that needs to be attained. So can you, instead of criticizing, because this is one of the attributes of not minding your business, you are constantly judging people. You are constantly criticizing people. You know why things are happening in the life of people. You want to be in charge, and when you even see that you cannot be in charge of people's life, you try to manipulate. When you cannot manipulate, you start criticizing them.
How do you feel, Jemima, when out of the blues you just hear your name in a gossip, and really, you partook in that gossip? How do you feel?
Betrayed.
Good. But you know what? Why are we not afraid of the act, or ashamed of the act, but we are ashamed of being caught? Why? If you talked about Martha with Joyce, and Martha found out, why is Joyce angry that you told someone that told Martha after you have really committed the act? Why? You should own up to say, yes, Martha, we talked about you. This is what we heard, and we had to talk about it. If you are proud of it. But if you are not proud of it, Martha, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. And it should stop there. Let me tell you. In life, people don't care, like I said earlier, about the consequences of everything. They just go into it. When the trouble comes, that's why you see some people, they can never be out of problems. Especially men. And it's not that men are the ones bringing the problem. No, the problem of the wife has affected the man. You are working in your neighborhood. You can't look at people because of the things that your wife has done in that area. So you start moving from one neighborhood to the other. As long as that woman is not changed till Jesus comes, sometimes the 1 year rent will not terminate. You must have to leave because you have heard more than enough. Haven't you met people who say, my wife will kill me one day? It's either she's borrowing where she's not supposed to, or she's telling people, I saw this on my husband's phone, or she's saying, this my child, this was how we got him, or you're saying, this pregnancy, I had to terminate him, or this one, something that is your business with your husband. Now, it is more detrimental at work. Because people volunteer to do evil at work more than they do at home. Volunteer. This Jemima, did you people not say she's married? Why is Hassan always dropping her? My dear, wait. When we close, we'll talk about this. And then you step in. And then you start recruiting people to start. And then you start talking. Jemima that is not 16. Jemima that is not 18. Jemima that is not 20. Somebody that can decide what she wants to do with her life. Why are you remote controlling her? That is my question. There are people who want to help for you to leave the position that you occupy. There is no way you will have that ambition and mind your business. There's no way. Because you are looking for information everywhere. So everywhere you see people standing, you must come and introduce yourself. Not by saying I'm Jemima, but by saying, this is our workplace. It's more toxic. And you are the father of toxicity. I've seen it. I've heard most of the people that have left work. Go and sit down and see. Their crime at that place is the least of that organization worries. Or should be the least of the worry of that organization. Rather. But the way people will so embellish what people have done. The way people will embellish what people have done. Do you know, I was advised one time. I refused to take the advice as far back as 2019-20 about my work. I said no. But you know what? Today I regretted that I didn't heed to that advice. I regretted. But guess what? Life goes on. Personally, about you, about things that happen to you, to yourself, you must mind your own business about your own life. I'm telling you. I'm minding my business.
Very important.
It's very important. Yeah. There are certain things that you wake up to hear, you people employed matter. Do you really know this matter? Is she doing the camera work? Yes. Well, yes. Is she killing people at work? No. What is our business? No, that's the truth. What is our business? This Joyce, do you know her pride? It doesn't show at work. Like we couldn't care less. Certain things that happen, in fact, it's people who carry information and act on it that are fools in most cases. Yes. How can I be at this age and this level and somebody will come and tell me, this is your Joyce. Joyce is a stripper at night, oh. And the next thing she's at work, stripper. And I'm querying her. And maybe it's somebody that looks like her. But the deed has been done. You see people wear cloth. And something suddenly tells you they stole from work. Something. You can't call it a name. Something. You are just like, it's just like a fragmentation of your imagination. And suddenly, it's not even at work. We'll see it on Facebook. Working in church, stealing money, buying clothes. And then you see comments. Who are you talking about? They know themselves. And all of that. And before you know it, one day, somebody will engage you physically and you'll be like, who if it's not Joyce? Can't you see? Do you see her repeating cloth in a month? But you know what? We have loved ones. We have people who call us to say, Joyce, you are doing well. And I want to support you with 5 pairs of clothes. Jemima, a family called me a family, I had to call a leader of this ministry to tell him. They called me, they asked, send us your account number from Niger State. And then I sent them 010-300-1024. That's Equa TV account. Access Bank. They said they have it already. I said, so why did you ask? They say it's your personal account we are looking for. They sent me money, not 1 million. No. They said because of the work you are doing, we have given you this personally to encourage you. And then you go and buy clothes and somebody will see and be like,
Our money.
Equa TV no soon had a different budget from other departments. See how they are living. You know what? I am a firm believer in talking to people about what I do personally. And that is why anytime we have meeting, me and staff, I tell them, look for something else to add up to what you are doing. Look for something else to add up. Do this, add it. If you can sell hair, sell it. But don't cut head and remove the hair. Look for the hair that is artificially made and sell it. If you can sell shoe, sell it. If you can sell cloth, sell it. Don't sell your father's house. I've never advised that. God is my witness. Because I don't trust all of you with the things you are saying out there. So that is the truth. What can you do? What else can you do? What else can you do? Do it. This money, everyday things are getting higher and unbearable for people. But guess what? Your salary is not going up. It's a scale. They call it salary scaling. They have weighed your input, they have weighed your rank, and they have said that this is the money that is commensurate. That is what you receive until there is a review. And that's the only thing that is hardly ever reviewed. So it remains. Why will I not advise my people on what I am doing? Why not? So somebody will see you that living that way. I know my staff that are not live, just their dressing alone is not anywhere near their salaries. I know my staff, the schools that their children attend is not anywhere near their salaries. I know my staff, the food that they eat at home is not anywhere near their salaries. What is the magic? They have their hands on other clean things. But when you see this, you are like, this person, something is wrong. Why won't he take his children to public school? He's suffering and he's doing that. If that is the only thing that the person has determined in his mind, you shut up. It's not your business. It's his business. It's his business. You make sure that you do things regardless of what people are saying. Because if you focus on what people are saying, you will be drained. Your children will never get that education. You will never achieve anything in life. And at the end, these people are prospering, even if their ways are shady. They are prospering, but what they have said to you has kept you stagnant. Who is foolish, you or them? You. You have to keep pushing on. You have to keep on keeping on. Because there is no termination point for me. It is always a movement. Even if I get to a place that is written termination point, I have to keep moving. I will cross it and keep moving. Even if it's not recognized, I will. Why? Because I have purpose to fulfill. I have children to cater for. I have family. I have wife. I have aged mother. I have responsibilities. I have people that I said go to school and paying. So if I don't live up, how will I meet up all these bills? And somebody will see you and assume in his head that this is the source of income. And before you know it, foolish people are believing. People that have no business knowing about you are believing. Somebody that is planning to marry you is believing and he's drawing back. Do you know what information can do? Jemima, today, if your husband hears that there's somebody sleeping with you at work, he won't mind his business. So that's my wife you are talking about. Nothing wrong with that. But the love that he has for you will begin to diminish. It will begin to diminish until he stops loving you. Especially if there are elements of truth. And even if it's not true. That's how we are created. So in the first place, this topic is important. Let's not get to the point of consequences. Let's stop it before it happens. That's just my point. Because you don't know how many marriages you have killed from assumption. How many relationships you have buried before their time from imagination. Just to imagine something and say about someone, and it terminates the whole destiny and the entirety of that person. Is that fair? No. So as a church, we are saying, even if you hear something about me, come to me and say that's the best form of gossip. This is what I've heard. I won't tell you the person, but this is what I've heard. If it's true, stop it. But if it's a lie, keep it at that. Keep it up. I'll keep praying with you. Is there anything better than that? But Joyce, Kinjikwa. You're like you close too, ba? Okay, when you close, please see me before you go home. It's not anything, no. Is that your Jemima? I just this girl. This is the third time Hassan is going to drop her. I mean, for God's sake. That's why I was shocked earlier when you said people still do that. As if they don't have a role to play in their job places.
Even as things are hard, there are people that still create time to meddle in other people's affairs. Yes. But this is it. I've had people say, oh, no weapon fashioned against me shall prosper. But some people, they are the weapon fashioned against themselves. Like, there are a lot of things you share with people that they have no business knowing. I remember recently I was thinking of, it's something good, like good news that I was hoping, I think I should share this. And then another voice in me just say, no, they don't have the capacity to handle this. You don't have to. And I just hearken to it.
Okay, that's your engagement.
No, not that. So there are certain things engaged. That we say to people. Don't keep my market now. You know that okay, no, let me.
You are being terminus and you are not aware.
So there are certain things that we, because of out of excitement, you don't know what the other person is doing, the business is building, the level of education is acquiring, but it's not sharing with you. But just a step that you took, or the thought of taking a step, you open your mouth and share, and then people go and do what they do, and tomorrow you'll cry and say, because I share with this person. So sometimes we need to exercise discretion as well. It's not for fear of village people, but for the sake of wisdom. For the sake of wisdom. Is it right? Some people is just out of excitement. I mean, before people do things that are wrong and they hide because they know morally is not okay. But today people chest it, like they know. For example, as a young lady, you are sleeping with a married man and you're so proud to show it, to tell other people, this person are my man. Like, even if you don't outrightly say it, you are showing the signs. You want people to know you are associated with. No, it is wrong. So there are certain things. You always talk about point of change, taking responsibility. I remember you talking about how that the person that is doing wrong and is proud of it, fear the person. I mean, because there's no hope for change. That thing you're doing is wrong and you are really proud of it. It's a problem. You really need help. So I think it's important that we too exercise discretion, know what is public and know what is private. Because even it's not about somebody not minding his business, meddling your business. You too, you're not minding your own business. So it's just important that we exercise discretion as well. Let us not be the weapon fashioned against ourselves.
Talking about knowing what is public and what is private, a woman was robbed, and the robbers were specific in the things they wanted. Go and bring the gold jewelry you got from Dubai. Go and bring the coffee you got from this place. Go and bring the pineapple that was imported from this place. And when she brought everything, she said, how did you know? She said, we're your Facebook friends. We see all the status. We knew everything you had. So we came. They did not ransack the house. They did not do anything. They just sat down and they kept
precise thieves.
Precise thieves. So you should really be careful. Some of these people that cannot help it in minding their business, you are the one that make it very easy for them. So we should be careful. When we want to mind our business, mind it to the end. Do not derail at any point in time. And just like we have discussed, let it not get to the point of consequence. You can tackle it while it is still low. Thank you so much for doing this with us. Until we come your way tomorrow, do have a great day. Bye.